Why does it have the wrong name? Well, that's annoying. Oh, so Twitch worked, right? Just not YouTube. Okay. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video of Kerbal Space Station. We're going to be working on launching our new space station today, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Just gotta figure out which one it is. Here it is. Alright, so I built this off stream, but it is our start to a space station, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Now, the one thing I think is wrong is I think that was actually on there backwards, which I think is going to be important. Also, while we're here, let's go ahead and mess with some colors. Ooh, that bare metal finish is kind of nice. Kind of like it better than the all white. I do bare metal here? No. Okay. That's literally the selectors. Ooh. Let's make the integrated tanks water. And then let's go ahead and change these to have a decoupler behind them. Now, I have done a little testing, so I do know this ship can get to space and can get into orbit, so we don't want to do too much. But I'd also like to not have to do as many runs up in the future. Now, the reason we're doing that is because that's waste, so it is going to eventually build up. We're jettisoning it off and bring more capsules up there for them to use. At least that's the plan right now. The other thing we're going to need is some more xenon gas, because I think that is going to be very helpful in the long run. I think it needs to go somewhere up here when I look at it. Let's go and look at our options, sort by size, because they're always the smallest tanks. Okay, so it looks like these are the biggest ones. Put one there. Another one there. I wonder if they would actually be more useful up here. Okay, that works. I think I'm going to latch them on, even though I don't think I have to. Uh, I think they'll be fine. Is there anything else we'll need? We got solar on this bad boy already. And honestly, this last chamber is kind of a waste right now. Maybe that should get switched out for something else. Is there a airlock? No, maybe that should be the airlock. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a airlock to put down there. Switch it back to 1. Might be a small size issue there. That shouldn't be too hard to fix. That's definitely not it. Let's head over to structural and see if this will work. Okay, that might actually be too big. Still too big. No, so that's not working. What can I do? Also, why is it so hard to get things to snap down? Wow. Okay, we could just leave that open then. Let's go ahead down to here. No, life support, and see if we're needing any more things. No, I think that's about all we're gonna have. Alright, let's launch this thing. See how it goes. Oh, do we need to add a crew to it? Probably. We have no available crew. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of all those missing pilots real quick. And hopefully we have some more applicants soon to head up to the space station. But we will go ahead and man this. We're not going to put a scientist. We need a pilot. Put someone in the observation. And then okay, that should work. Let's go ahead and launch. Now, I have done a few more launches since I have last streamed. I've done some things to get better, and hopefully this shows. Dial that back a little bit to about there. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll zoom out a little bit so we're not just absolutely murdering everyone's ears. And as we get break about 5,000, we'll start our turn. We'll start leaning over a little bit right now. And as we go, we'll keep leaning just a little bit more. We'll really hit our lean once we get rid of our solid fuel boosters, but if we lean too hard, things will go wrong. So that's about all we'll be able to do for right now. So far, this launch is looking pretty good, though. Solid fuel boosters are almost done. Quiet's up a lot once we get rid of those. Ooh, took a nose cone out. That is not what we wanted. But nonetheless, we will continue our lean here. We'll also give it a little bit more gas. And hopefully, even with that broken nose cone, we will still be able to get there with little to no issue. Now we just need to pick up speed. Once we break about 2,600 meters per second, we'll be good to go. And we'll kick off those outer boosters and set up the station. See how things are looking. It's looking pretty good. And we've made our orbit successful. Should we kick it out a little bit? I think it'll be fine. Okay. I feel like that's going to be kind of close, I'm not going to lie. Let's go ahead and run the Xenon a little bit. Just to make it a little bit more comfortable. There we go. 40,000 makes me comfortable. Granted, we are going to be getting pretty close to the moon, but we do have a successful orbit, and that's actually not going to be the worst for trying to launch stuff to the moon. So I like this. Let's go ahead and kick off the boosters on the side and set up the station. Do I even check Twitch chat? Sometimes, not gonna lie. I am much worse about checking that chat than any of the others. And let's go ahead and kick those off. Once they get a ways away, we'll go ahead and set up the station. We'll go ahead and turn off our controls. Just accept our orbit. Still good on the P. So, yeah. I think that's good enough. Let's go ahead and turn some lights on. Deploy. Look how everything's doing. We're actually doing really good. That was a pretty successful start to a video, I must say, compared to the past. Should I check my Twitch chat? Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I should be looking at my Twitch chat a little bit more. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me scroll down to the most recent. Really? So it have to be above 70,000. Okay. We can go ahead and test that theory once we get this set up and see how it does on a full revolution. You could be absolutely right. But we do have a lot of stuff to turn on real quick. We got some solar panels to extend. And then we got one more set down here, right? Yep. Lower left purple button. Let's see what we can do with that. There we go. So if I'm reading that right, I think I'm okay, right? Here, you know what I can do? I can switch this to multi-stream so I can see everybody. That'll make it a lot easier. Nope. Ah, okay. Well, if that is the case, we might as well test it. And we can account next time to do it a little bit differently. But we gotta make sure we have food and water and all that open. Does look cool though with everything on. Alright, there is the full station. Let's go ahead and kick up the speed and see what happens. Okay, we're almost at the AP. See, I figured at 40,000 we wouldn't burn up. But you might be right with 70,000. But we'll test it here. Now we'll start picking up our speed. Now we're really going to pick up speed. See how the station's looking. You know, you guys, you might have had a point. Seeing where you're coming from. Okay, so we'll need to put it above 70,000. Oh, good lesson learned. Let's see. Stream alerts. I am not getting any sort of notification that it's lagging. But yes, I did build this thing myself. I did not watch any tutorials still. I just kind of did some trial and error. And then the goal is to latch a building station on here to then launch stuff from the moon, or to the moon from the space station. That's at least the goal for right now. But we'll go ahead and redo the launch on this thing, and hopefully it goes a little smoother. Throttle down just a tad. And let's send it. You have a good one as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing above 70,000 this time. Start our turn just like last time. Okay, things are looking pretty good on this launch still. There's probably not much I'm going to be able to do about this lagging on Twitch right now. Although I'm not getting a notification, which is strange. Took out the nose cone again. Man, I should have known that was going to happen.